Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to something a little bit different today. This is a little look at virtual towers online. So, before we get started, if you go on to enjoy this video, please let me know by clicking the like button. And if you're new here and you'd like to see lots more creative gaming for grown-ups, go ahead and click subscribe. But technically, this isn't really a game in the fact that I'm not going to be building anything. It's more of an experience. It's more of a sort of a walk-through attraction, so to speak. I'm going to read you an email I got. This is from the developers of this project. From one creator to another, I've just come across your channel looking for more information on the latest Planet Coaster update, and seeing as you like theme parks so much, I'd assume, from your content, and you're in the UK, I thought you'd like to have a look at an upcoming project that a very small team of us, 5 now, have been working on for over 8 years. We've recently released our second playable demo, which is what you're looking at right now. So this is basically a group of people. It looks like they started in No Limits 2. They've since gone on and have completely built this from the ground up using I don't know, Unity or one of the game program things. I don't know. What the project is a photorealistic remake of Alton Towers in Staffordshire in the UK. So arguably the UK's best theme park, you know, give or take maybe Blackpool or Thorpe. They're making a photorealistic version of it, and I mean, wow, look at it. It is so pretty. Look, it is gorgeous. Now, if you know Alton Towers well, there is so much of this you are going to see and be like, oh my god, yeah, oh my god, yeah, oh my god, yeah. If you don't know Alton Towers, if you're from outside the UK or you've not managed to visit it, this is going to be a really interesting video for you, I think, because I reference Alton Towers a lot in Planet Coaster, Parkitect. We've been doing a build of it in Parkitect from time to time. And yeah, it's one of my favourite parks. It's my local park, grew up near there. Can't wait to dive in and have a look at this. So something a little bit different today. We're just going to have a walk around. We're going to see what they're doing, but hopefully I thought I'd bring it to the main channel rather than going over to Parkgasm, because I did think that you lot would enjoy this. And here we are. It's a little bit of work, to be honest. This is like the third time I've got it going now. It's incredibly early alpha, so we're going to let them off. The first time it was just a grey screen. Second time I was upside down. Third time is a charm, and we're in. So, yeah, this is one area of the park. It's known as X Sector. It contains 2 roller coasters and a flat ride. And, yeah, it's really, really great looking. So at the moment, they've chopped off the area you can't get into using these Alton Towers banners. They're exactly the ones that they have at the park. It's just so crazy. I can only assume that they either live very close and go here a lot, or maybe even work here at some point or something, because it's really, really accurate. If I'm right, down here on the right, there should be a canvassed area. Yeah, it's, me and Nicola sat in here and fed some ducks last time we visited. They have the right tables and chairs and everything. So I'm going to try and tell it, see if they've done it so well, by how well I know it. So yeah, we've got a fried chicken company here. To the left is the arcade and the exit to Oblivion, which they have. Wow, okay, fried chicken company. Wow, they even have the way the queue line as it goes in here as well. Look at that. And it's closed off. So they have said in the email, Unreal Engine, by the way, is what it's built in. They have said in the email that eventually there will be a game of sorts in this. You'll start off as a guest, and then you'll be able to become a janitor to clean up, and eventually manager and things like that. I'm not too sure to what extent that's going to be, to be honest with you. It's just a fantastic project to be able to have a really good look around, you know. There's Oblivion, world's first ever dive coaster. So yeah, so in there is an arcade. That's also where Oblivion kicks out. And then over here they have the sort of disabled and priority entrance for the ride, which they have. Look at this, it's so close. Exit this way, look at that. So you come down here, disabled access only. Now this has changed a little bit now. I think you can't walk through here, you have to walk through this building, which takes you to the photo point of Oblivion. So I'm not too sure how they're basing this. I assume this sort of thing, because theme parks change so much, at some point you have to pick a moment in time and say, this is the moment we're building, you know, because they just, you know, every year there's something new in them, isn't there? So there we have the Smiler. Has the most inversions in the world, 14 inversions on a coaster, the most, more than anything else. Before that, it was Colossus over at Thorpe Park. So here we go. This is Oblivion. Look at the detail on this. It's so good. Oblivion, like I said, the world's first dive coaster. Not quite vertical. I think it's something like 88 degrees or something like that. Didn't quite get to 90. Obviously, they do get to 90 and past 90 now. But there's, you know, it is what it is. You get a really nice hold on this. And then one of my favourite things in real life is as it comes down, all the steam blows up. So it comes through here and all the steam... Oh, the steam blows up! You get that lovely sort of moment there where it comes through the tunnel, goes right underneath, and it pops up over there. I think we might have missed it, or we were a bit slow turning around there, weren't we? Yeah, there it is onto the block breaks. So seeing as it was the first one in the world, it's pretty much all it does is the drop, and then the drop, there's a nice sort of overbank turn, and then it comes up onto the block breaks. Look at this, we've got vending machines, we've got, here's a shop here called Rehydrators, never open. More vending machines down here. Now here we've got some, so the games that coming out of Smiler, Challenge the Smiler. So this is one of those balls in the bucket kind of thing, but it's themed up to look like Smiler, which is fantastic. And then up here they have lockers, I think. Yeah, look at this. So we have lockers, and oh look, even the detail. Now these, I wonder if these are remade or if they look too clean to be captures. I was thinking maybe they've gone in and actually sort of taken photos of them, but no, they're too crisp for that. But yeah, they've got the details so good, and even got to the locker machines inside. And here's the test chair. Something I'd love to see in some games. I've never seen this in a theme park game, to be honest. You can make them, I guess, in Planco and stuff out of pieces, but yeah. Now, I don't know if you can actually ride the rides, and if you can, I don't know how you do it, but we'll have a little queue of Oblivion. Oblivion's got a really kind of awful queue, actually, because, to be honest with you, the ride is so old now. It's about 20 years old, maybe a little bit more. And it is a bit of a one-hit wonder with the drop, that kind of all it does. So the queue is very often a walk-on. The problem is, because it's queuing up this hill, there's very little they can do to chop a bit off of it. So you kind of have to walk all of this every time, and it's very often empty. In a moment, we're going to come in to a tunnel. There's some TV screens. I don't know whether they've got the screens on. No, but they have the screens in place, and they've got the music right. They have screens there showing like videos of a guy doing, it's like a yin and yang kind of thing, like a good cop, bad cop, the guy in a white suit and the same guy in like a black outfit, and the white suit guy is saying, oh, it's fine, come and ride, it's just a fun little thing, and then the guy in the black suit's going, no, you'll never, oh, listen. There you go, that's the people. Now in here there's a big sort of shooty thing for no real reason. That's just a bit of random theming. They've got this so accurate, it's ridiculous. I mean, seriously, so impressed, gents. I mean, this has took 8 years. The whole project will be done when I'm 70, but I will hold on to see it. Here we go. So we've got some vending machines there, and we go into the last little section. Then, like I say, you have to walk this, even if the ride is a walk-on like this. I assume I'm the only person in the park. I haven't seen any guests walk around. You still have to do this. There's a little fast-track entrance there. You have to come all the way up here into the last little slog. There's another little building as we go. Oh, can we not get through there? Oh, we can jump. Can we queue jump? Oh, we can queue jump. And we come round and on. Awesome. So can we ride it? We can ride it. Okay. There's a button in the menu to ride it. So here we go, up the lift hill. From the top of this, you get some really great views of the park. Now, I assume they're not going to be there because it's the only area that's finished at the moment. But yeah, in real life, you get some really great views of the park. So in real life, you'd have the towers sort of kind of right in front of you, almost there, to the right slightly. And then the entrance to the park is kind of dead in front of us here. And then to the left over there, you've got Spinball Whizzer and CBeebies Land. You can't see that much of that. There's a big thing at Alton Towers, obviously, that you have to build stuff below the tree line. So a lot of it you can't see because of trees. But yeah, you get a really nice view. Top of here, and also the top of Smiler as well. So if you can ride Smiler, we're going to show you that in a little while as well. Here we go, you get this drop, you get the hang. Hang's better on the front row, to be honest, because you're pretty much looking straight down. But then, whoa, you get that real intense drop into the tunnel. And out again, and wow, look how smooth this is. It's fantastic. I mean, I know it's all sort of custom built, but even still, very, very smooth, and that is it. There's a big joke about Oblivion that you spend more time on the block break sections at the end of the ride than you do actually on the ride, because although they used to have two stations, they only run one now. So yeah, you spend a lot of time waiting to get off. Okay, so there's Oblivion done. We're heading off now. Walking down this path, like I say, this is that bit I showed you before, disabled access and priority access and things like that. Come here. And then you head through the expos there where the photos are. Like I say, I think you have to walk through it now. I don't think you can nip down here. And it makes you walk through the arcade there and kicks you out by fried chicken. So heading down then towards Smiler. Smiler is a Gerstlauer, I think. 14 inversions, like I say, pretty crazy. It's a bit of a love-hate for a lot of people. I'm quite a fan of the Smiler. It's one of the ones I always do. Very strange theming, and the worst music. Oh look, we've got really good time ones here. Let's watch this. This only happens every sort of 4th or 5th run in real life, but you get the two perfectly lined, so you get all these great interactions with each other. It's meant to be like this every time, but because they're often running on 2 cars rather than 3, you don't quite get the interaction with them. But if you look here, you get some really great interaction as they pass by each other. Like I say, in real life now, usually it happens sort of every 3rd or 4th run. So we've got main entrance, fast track entrance. We'll go fast track. The queue is basically one huge cattle pen that sits under the ride. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, like I was mentioning before, oh god, I'm going to get lost in here, look. Alton Towers has a rule that they have to follow due to local planning regulations, which is that they have to have, all the coasters have to sit below the tree line, so that they're not sort of bothering people from local area. Look, a million apologies. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the Smiler will not be open today. Oh, but you can still ride it by pressing L. Oh, nice, okay, so the rest of the queue isn't finished, but we can still ride it, which we will do. So the queue now goes indoors, basically, and it's this awful pre-show area with crazy music and lighting effects and stuff like that, and it's really gross and really on over the top and everything, but yeah, I'm kind of glad they haven't got that, to be honest. But let's skip ahead and give it a ride. Okay, so some of the station is done, actually. They have these big lights that come on at the beginning. One of the best things about this ride, and I remember the first time I rode it, spoilers ahead, by the way, if you don't want to be spoiled by a roller coaster, if that's even possible, but I remember the first time I rode it, I didn't really know what the layout of the ride was, and it actually, they squeeze an inversion in before the lift hill, and it's really quite impressive. So I'm hoping they've done that. I'm sure they will, because the accuracy is pretty crazy. So here we go. We're locked in. It should go bright now. I can see the lights. Unfortunately, when you're in the seat, you can't actually look around, which is fair enough. So we're looking dead on, but the lights should pop on. Oh, here, we've got a bit of music first. Any minute now. Any minute now. Oh, they need to sort their operations out. Here we go. Doors opening. There we go. Lights on. So we get to come into this area here that's quite dark, but not really dark. And we get an inversion right here before we even get into lift hill. How impressive is that? And then there's this awful laughing. I mean, it's gross. And you always end up sitting here and having to listen to this really loud laughter track. I mean, no, it's nothing on the guys who've made this project. This is exactly how it is in real life. Okay, here we go. Heading on to the lift hill now then. There's 2 lift hills in this. The second one's actually a vertical lift hill, purely for space constraints, I think. They really wanted to squeeze that much into the ride. We have a vertical lift hill, which I'm really not a fan of. It feels awful. But it is quite impressive that they just squeezed that much into this coaster. Here we go. So again, at the top of this, in real life, you get a real nice view of the park, actually. I'm assuming it's just going to be fields, or it might even be black. I'm not sure whether they've rendered anything out, but I can't wait to be able to come up here when this project is a bit more developed. Yeah, it's just fields at the moment. But you get a real nice look at the park there. The towers on the right, the entrance on the left. Really great as we come into here. And look at that, you get some fantastic interaction with the other carts. Oh, wow, this is so good. There we go. And then we come through. Those little air hills there are so good. Those little airtime hills are the best part of the ride. And then they have this big structure in the middle that's called something like the Marmalizer or something. And one of them blows steam on you, and the others are meant to be like different ways of creeping you out or making you corrected or something. I don't know. The theming is really awful. But yeah, they have this big structure in the middle that looks great. And it's all lit up, and there's like screens on it. Okay, so second lift hill, again, you get this lovely laughter track. My words, whoever idea it was, they were genuinely sadists. Genuinely sadists. Okay, vertical lift hill. Coming up. Takes us into the second section of the ride. Pretty decent length of a ride, to be honest with you, mostly because of the lift hill. But yeah, you're on the ride for a good couple of minutes. And we come up straight into the second half of the ride. Here we go. So again, I mean, you can count them, 14 inversions as it goes, and they really do squeeze them in. It's an incredible feat of engineering, really is, to get that much into that small. That airtime there, man. Oh, it feels so good. But you know what? They've got the speed of this perfect. They've got the pacing of it just right. It is a quick ride. And to be honest with you, this is 100 times smoother than it is in real life. This is the gift shop for the Smiler. This is normally where you get kicked out. Obviously, they're still working on interiors. One thing they have got is these awesome boards saying, like, the world record holder and all this. And do you know what? This is, again, it's so close. I can only assume they've either got hold of the artwork somehow, or they've been able to get some really high-res photographs of them, because it looks exactly like this. They have them here and they have them over at the front as well. But here you go. Here's the big marmalizer thing in the middle. It's meant to be the inoculator, a blast of happiness. I'm pretty sure that's a big light that goes off. Ticklers, like the car wash things, they obviously don't touch you. Oh no, there's the flasher. They're the lights. Gigglers, the steam, and the hypnotizers, just like sort of things that run around. We'll get a better shot of it in a moment. But first of all, we do have a third ride to come and have a look at. I didn't know the Oblivion came out of water. Huh. Well, I'm sure it is. I've got no reason to doubt them. They've got everything absolutely one-to-one ratio otherwise. Now, this is a place I very rarely come because I'm one of those guys that just avoids flats when it comes to theme parks. For me, it's all about the coasters. I get the coasters done. That's usually my day. There's a big grass area. I assume this is what it looked like. Like I say, I rarely come down here. The Enterprise is an Enterprise ride, and it's the only flat. Well, I think it's pretty much the only flat in the park now, to be honest with you. They got it's Hex, I guess. Hex is a Vekoma Madhouse. That's technically a flat, isn't it? All riders must be over 1.9 meters tall to ride, accompanied by an adult. Do you know what? I measured Xander the other day, my son. He's 1.75 meters. He ain't going to be long until I'm dragging him on this sort of stuff. So queue line, again, theming's very light here. This Enterprise has been here for so long, but look at that, where the Oblivion comes past. Wow, I think I want to come and ride the Enterprise just to come and see this. Now, there is some cattle pen queue that they can cut off when they don't need it, which is very rarely there because nobody goes on this. But yeah, Alton Towers could really do with a few more flats. That's where you get your photograph taken on Oblivion. A really strange spot for it, to be honest. I'd have put it right as after the big drop, get some real scared faces. But yeah, look at even the detail on the nuts and bolts on the on them there. Here we go. 2 riders per car, please. Items must be left at owner's risk. Maybe left at owner's risk even. Let's give this a quick ride. So I'm not going to sit in here forever because, it just does this. In fact, it's just coming to the end, but that's good enough. It shows you the amount of detail they've gone to, the beautiful metal textures there, and even the grill where your feet goes. And the wires, the pneumatic wires running down there, to get the things moving. It's just really, really impressive. I really hope we see more from this project because it's been so much fun for me to walk around here. Coming off the Enterprise, look at this rock work. It's fantastic. You would see me do rock work like this in Planco. You know where I get it from because this stuff's everywhere in Alton Towers. And there you go. Look at that for a sight line. You get some awesome couple of coasters in there. Wow, this is really great. I mean, the only thing they haven't got accurate is the weather because it's not raining. That's a lie, actually. I had a really sunny day last time we went to Alton Towers. But this is such a great project. You can tell it's such a labour of love as well. The detail they've gone to is astonishing. It really is. Obviously, this isn't going to be something we're going to come and play once a week because we've kind of seen what they have to offer, but it's definitely something I'm going to keep on my radar. The best thing is you can play this for free. You can go and have a look around this completely for free. It's, like I say, it's a very small operation. They have a Facebook page and they have a link to a Dropbox where you can download it. So I'll warn you now, you're just downloading a zip file, on your heads be it, but, I downloaded it, have absolutely no problems at all. And yeah, real good fun coming and having a look. So yeah, if you come this way, if you come out of X Sector, if you walk that way, you'd head up towards the towers and towards the area where there's like Hex you would go past, and then you'd get up to 13 and Rita, and then this way you'd head down towards the lake where you've got eventually Spinball Wizard. Before that you get to some arcades and things like that, Spinball Wizard and CBeebies Land and the entrance, and then the towers, would be sort of, you'd probably be able to see the towers through these trees, I think. So hopefully they'll get working on that sort of stuff soon. But yeah, look at that X Sector. It's so accurate. It's a little scary. Here we go. Here's the facts up here. Oh, there's toilets over here. Yes, they even have the toilets. And here's a cool thing. The toilets here, you'll see that they actually chopped off the roof for the support, and that's they've even got that. That's exactly how they had to do it. They had to Let's see if I can jump up so you can see. They had to chop a little bit of the roof off for the supports for the Smiler. It was that much of a tight squeeze. Well, look at this. You can see them both coming down here. It's a rare occurrence in real life. So you seem to get it every time here, so that's fantastic. Look at that. Awesome. Audio tracks as well. They're so good. They sound like actual audio from the park. Oh, this is great. I've had so much fun walking around this. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. It really does help with the channel. And if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Normally, I actually build some of this stuff. Today, I was just sort of admiring it. If you fancy chatting, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at John T. Sparrow. If you'd like to join in with the Geekism community, you can do so over on our Geekism Discord server. You'll find the link for that in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Gimme fried chicken!